I'm a quantity surveyor. That was my undergraduate degree. Then I went ahead to do my master's in construction management. So along the line, I went into roofing. I initially started with a construction firm, Blue Line Urban Projects. We worked on quite a few projects with some top clients. After that, I moved into the roofing industry. I was with Total Aluminium for a brief period. That's when that was the genesis of my roofing before I now went on to Ledge Roofing Nigeria Limited. I've been doing that since 2015. Yes, since 2015. I've been roofing since 2015. That's approximately 5 years now. Yes, so that's about it. How my roofing started. Some of the challenges we faced that I faced in roofing is number one, roofing is quite challenging because you have to work with height. If you're someone that has a phobia for heights, you can't go into roofing at all. You can't go into roofing at all because number one, you need to climb height. The minimum height you can probably go is about 5 meters, which is safe for a regular bungalow, and then you can go as high as 15 stories. I think we've worked on a building about 15 floors before for the roofing. So if number one, if you're scared of heights, roofing is a no-no for you. Other challenges that come with it, number one, especially when it comes to maintenance. Maintenance is the most challenging part of roofing. It is the toughest part. So if you don't have experience as a roofer, you might find roof maintenance a difficult job. And if you're starting off with roofing and you start off with the maintenance aspect instead of freshly built buildings, you might not find the job that interesting because you come up with a lot of mess. You end up putting your company in a lot of problem, and clients will just eat you up because you find out that there are some houses that you go and walk in, and they have interiors that are worth more than the building itself, worth more than the roof itself. So when you go and work on those kind of buildings and you make a mess, you probably have to be paying that debt for quite a number of years. Other challenges that come with the job, the turnaround time that clients expect you to work on their roof is sometimes can be quite challenging because just recently I was just sleeping in my house on a Sunday around 10 a.m. and I got called that someone's roof blew off, and it's nobody that we've ever worked with before and all of that. So by the time I got there, man, I saw the whole roof was out, and it's just the ceiling that is there. So, and they expect you to work on the building immediately because it's the raining season, and if you don't cover the roof back that day, that if it rains overnight, that house is going to be in a mess. So those kind of critical challenges make the work so tedious. If you start off with maintenance, you might end up running away from roofing. So when it comes to the labor aspect, fortunately we've been blessed with good craftsmen and skilled laborers. In fact, our most experienced roofer, he's been roofing for, now we'll make it about 24 years. He's been roofing. And apparently, we went to school together. We're classmates, in the University of Lagos. He's a quantity surveyor as well. When it comes to roofing, I've been blessed with roofers. I have all my installers are fantastic. They are reliable. They are dependable. There are people that when you call them, hey, they come. Although on the flip side, they have their own challenge. Like my best installer, he attends Seventh-day Adventist, so it's a major issue because they don't work on Saturdays, and all construction sites work on Saturdays. We have had projects that come in during the week, and we have to deliver by Friday or Saturday morning. Projects like that, a lot of times when we put pressure on him to work on Saturdays, he will rather decline the job. So he's that dedicated to the religion. Over time, I found out that it is worth my while waiting for him. Roofing is quite interesting. And when we go on hikes, it's for me, it's a lot of fun, but you could lose your life while doing it. For example, because you could be climbing buildings of up to 30 meters when it comes to steelworks. You'll be doing roofing up to 20 meters, and it's a lot of fun walking on the roof, but you need to be really careful, and then it gets really hot up there. So a lot of times you see me with my face cap. The most interesting part for me is having to meet new people, and having to solve a need for solve a problem for people. It gives me joy. It gives me a sense of fulfillment that I am actually useful in a certain area in this world. Do you understand? Even though the roofing is a niche market, it's a small market. However, it is a multi-billionaire market as well. So just depends on which angle you're looking at it from. But it's been fun for me all the way from the beginning till this point. So the clients, I've had good clients, I've had crazy clients, I've had clients that wanted to sue us, for a roof maintenance. We're going back and forth on the roof, and at some point we had to tell him, look, this roof is in a mess. You need to change it completely. You need to change it entirely. Do you understand? So when it comes to when it comes to roof maintenance, why I say it is harder is because, number one, you're not the one who did the roof. You don't know the prevailing problems in the roof. You can only assess and give your own assessment, your own view of the roof. Some clients, they know the challenges they've been facing on that roof, but they won't tell you. They will hide it from you so that you don't bill them too much. And of course, when you do your assessment as a roof specialist, the onus is on you actually, to make sure you do a proper assessment. However, we're all humans, There's a tendency that you would fail. Do you understand? So definitely, we've had one or two failures, I must confess, but it was a point of reference. We used it as lessons learned. So, and from there, we've not had. That was the one and only issue we had. It didn't eventually turn into a court case. We just sorted it amicably. We told him, Mr. Man, please, your roof has this issue. Let's call a spade. Okay, we were not able to resolve it, but we can give you another attempt and make sure it's done. And I think eventually we were able to come to an agreement, and we were able to settle the whole issue. So that's about it. My advice on people who want to go into roofing is depends on the area you want to work on, because roofing has different aspects. You have the technical aspect, you have the sales and marketing aspect, and of course you have the project management aspect as well. And you even have production. Do you understand? But for you, it really depends on which field you're going into. If you're looking at the technical aspect, which is just the roof installation alone, if you work under a roofer for a year to 2 years, I think you should be good enough to be able to install roofs properly and start taking jobs on your own as well. In terms of the sales aspect, it's advisable you go into you have a construction background. Not necessarily, but it's advisable you have a construction background. Because if you have a construction, because most 80, in fact 95% of your clients are from people in the construction or real estate field. Architects, project managers, builders, engineers, estate surveyors, quantity surveyors. Most of your clients are from the real estate. So if you have a if you have a background there, do you understand? It gives you an edge. And because when it comes to roofing, you need to be able to measure, to be able to do your production, even to for sales, you need to be able to measure. For example, if you're roofing, if the roof is ready, you know, you want to secure a job, the roof is ready, you can easily call a roofer, you know, look, go and take these measurements, give me the quantities. However, there are some projects that the roof carcass, the roof trusses are not ready. So the architect gives you a drawing, measure it. So if you don't have any background in construction, you can't measure a building, so you would not be able to give an accurate cost. Your cost might be below, it might be low, which means you'll be shooting yourself in the foot, and it might be excessive, which can make you lose the project. So you need it to be exact, because you can be sure when you send quantities to clients, to architects, to engineers, you can be sure they will query your quantities to be sure you know what you're doing. And you know, there are some very funny clients that if your quantities are really low, they see that your price is the lowest, they will be willing to stick out their neck and take the risk to give you the job. Do you understand? And it's going to go down, it might not go too well with you, because by the time, you know, Nigerian clients, once they pay you, look, I need my job done, even though they know within themselves that money cannot complete the job. So Nigerian clients are like that. It's a tough market, and now you find a lot of competition. You see like 10 people quoting for the same job, you know. So you need to have certain skills. For example, the measurement skills. You need to know how to. So, but bottom line is this: you need to be an all-rounder. You need to know how to make sales. You need to know how the installation works. Because the installation is a critical part. If you don't know how that works, man, it's going to be a problem. Because even the roofers, sometimes they might be lazy about some certain aspects of the job and they want to rush it up. Do you understand? So you need to know. You need to let them know. Look, don't do it this way. Do it the other way. I want it this way. So for people going into this business, into the roofing field, I advise you to have some. You must have good oral skills. You must be able to relate with people as well. Do you understand? And always carry a mint everywhere you go, because you'll be talking to a lot of people. So that's it. So the recap is: make sure you have good oral skills. Make sure you know how to do your measurements, and of course you must know the technical aspects of it. So that's it. But it's a fun area of construction, and it's a lonely road, because you find out that most people don't like to go into roofing because of the heights, you know, and because of the risk involved. The bad part is you could have really fatal accidents there. I've heard of people who have lost their lives on roofing. At least I know of one of the top roofing firms that was around about 10-15 years ago. The MD died while on the roof. You know, he fell down from the roof, a steel truss. You know, so it's so if I tell you you can lose your life, you better take it. Better take it for it. So think twice before you go into roofing.